Hello, gorgeous soul, and welcome to podcast episode 21. If and when you are joining me live here on Facebook, do say hello. Drop me your favorite emoji in the comments. If and when you're catching this on replay, hashtag replay. And if and when you are catching this over on the podcast platform or over on YouTube, make sure you are subscribed to both the podcast and my YouTube channel. Thank you, thank you. So this one is a little bit controversial. And today's episode is called Never Trust a Man or Woman in a Suit. Now, this for me used to be a limiting belief. And I wanted to share this limiting belief with you because it stemmed from my family background. And I'm from, a working class family where we're like very humble, work really hard, just live to our means, that type of thing. And I was very much raised with it could have been a jovial sort of belief or throwaway comment, but as a kid, I really internalized it as don't trust a man in a suit, never trust a man in a suit. That's what I was told. And I think back in the day when I was growing up in the 80s, when there were door-to-door salesmen who would rock up in a nice suit and say the right things and sell things at the door and all of that, that's what I was very much raised with. And as I have evolved in both my life and my business, this belief has actually come up for me again and again and again. And I've noticed at different stages of my personal growth and also in my business where this one still where I still feel it. And I want to talk to you about it this evening. I'm very late delivering the podcast this week. So we are here in the last sort of hours of the Sunday of this week. I am getting this done. But I wanted to share this one with you because your beliefs can really either help you or hinder you. And with this belief that I carried for a long time, that I didn't even realize was a thing, I've noticed that every time I've expanded in my business, I used to have a real resistance to being professional. I used to have a real resistance to dressing smart, to wearing like a suit, to doing anything like that looked too professional, because that limiting belief was there of never trust a man or woman in a suit. I mean, when I was little, it was never trust a man in a suit, but it can be both ways. Never trust a man or woman in a suit. And what I've noticed is when I've made investments over the years as well, if someone is too suited and booted, and if someone is too professional, I don't actually fully trust them. And that's nothing to do with them. It's nothing to do with their value. It's nothing to do with, if their work is ethical or not. That is to do with my own belief. And because I'm aware of this limiting belief, because of how it flows through, there are elements of that I have changed in terms of my business, because I know that is ultimately not a truth. It's just a limiting belief. It's a belief that I've held, and it's one that I've worked out. Other beliefs I've had that have come up for me, and this is to really help you to really unearth what potentially your limitations and your limiting beliefs are that are stopping you from either making progress forward, from taking action, from being consistent, from going all in, like making the decision that you're going to make changes in your life, you're going to grow your business, whatever it is that your decision is that you want to do. Like, what do you want to create? What do you want to achieve? What do you want to experience in your life, in your business? It's always looking at the resistance that we have internally. And for me, becoming more professional in my business, when I first started, it was just me, my Facebook page, and a PayPal link. That was it. I delivered everything live. I was crazy busy all the time. I was doing live programs all the time. Everything was live. Everything was transactional. It was like in the moment. And that was how my business was. And I found it really hard to create sort of the back end, the systems, the tech, all the things. And I very much resisted it because I thought, I don't need that. I don't need that. When actually the structure and the stability that I now have in my business just gives me so much space to breathe and to be. And I now have like products, digital products that I can sell that people can access straight away. Like, people can join like my membership literally today, and they get a wealth of masterclasses. They get a live coaching call with me a month. They get access to all sorts of things within the membership, like the community space. Literally, they can do that now. You can do that now. Same with my mastermind. My programs are housed within my mastermind. The Telegram chat is there. Everything is set up. And it took me working through this belief that, that professionalism isn't trustworthy. For me to really allow that into my business, I had to do that work. Another limiting belief that has always popped up for me, and again, this is to help you to really understand and identify, what your potential limiting beliefs are. And from listening to this episode, at the end of this, I want you to really think about what are the limiting beliefs that come through for you when you feel in resistance. So when you know you've got action to take and you start procrastinating or you start to self-sabotage, you don't do the thing you said you were going to do. You let yourself down behind the scenes. You don't do the thing, or you don't go live, you don't, whatever it is. What is the belief that's coming up? Another big one for me that I've had for many years that will still come up to this day when I'm triggered. So if I get emotionally triggered, usually in a relationship, the limiting belief that comes through for me is that I'm useless. I'm useless. That's a deep-rooted limiting belief that I have about myself. Now, to other people, they might go, that's crazy. You're not useless. You're not this, you're not that. But it doesn't matter what anyone else thinks or says. It's how we think and how we feel and what beliefs that we hold based on the experiences that we've gone through. And because I was in a long-term unhealthy relationship for over 10 years, and I was called useless many, 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 many times, way before I'd done this work, it means that even now, sometimes when I am triggered in an emotional way in a relationship, this limiting belief can come through now, because it's one for me to actually look at, to actually go, is this actually true? And the answer is no, because we all get to create and choose our beliefs and our truths. And the thing is with very deep-rooted subconscious beliefs that we have, they have come from somewhere. They've often come from other people, from experiences that we've had in life. And it's only when we start to take action forward in the direction of, what we want to create and the aligned action that, we know that if we take that, it's going to lead to us manifesting, creating, we're going in the right direction. It's only when we're doing that, that when we come up against something, this is when you will feel those beliefs. You might not necessarily think them straight away, but you'll feel them. And it's noticing our feelings, why we feel a certain way, and then asking, why do I feel like this? And for me, I love to grab my journal and I just love to write down all the crap that's going on in my head. Because it's all just past things that have been said. It's all past old emotion that's been felt, that my body is very much held on to over the years because it's not had the opportunity to just release it. And so I help my clients to do this work of identifying exactly what it is that's getting in the way, and then help them to actually emotionally regulate, working with their nervous system, working with their human design, to help shift and change their really deep-rooted limiting beliefs. Because for me, this is the thing that has really changed and helped me when it comes to being more consistent, when it comes to showing up, when it comes to following through, when it comes to commitment, when it comes to going all in. And this is something that I am going to be talking about inside my upcoming free masterclass that's called All In Baby. If you've been on my Facebook platform over the last week or two, you will have seen I've been talking about a new masterclass that I'm going to be hosting at the end of June. We start on the 29th of June, and All In Baby is all about your commitment and your decision of you going all in. I want to take you through what it actually is going to take for you to create the life and business that you really want. The one that you know deep down that you are capable of creating, but somewhere inside, the emotions, the energy, the beliefs, something isn't aligned in here. I want to help you identify exactly what is going on here. I want to help you clear it in that masterclass so that you can come in, you can decide, we can shift the shit, and you can fucking move. Because when you start to move, and this isn't about you going hustle, crazy, pressure, pushing, that vibe at all. This is about you getting really clear on what it is you want, you energetically deciding, and you committing. And you also committing to when things do come up, not if, when, that you are here to do the work and keep moving. We don't stop and do the work. we keep moving. And we work with your human design energetic blueprint as well. So like if you're a manager, and if you're a generator, if you're a projector, manifestor, if you're a reflector, whatever energy type you are, this is about you working with your design, your inner blueprint. It's about you creating the foundations for your success that align with you. And it's this that I want to take you through in All In Baby in my masterclass. So I'm very excited to be leading that. If you want more details, head to my Facebook or Instagram page. You can find details on there. Reach out to me on DM and I will send you all the details. I'll put your name on the guest list. Details go out this coming week. We start on the 29th of June. If you are listening to this and it's gone past the 29th of June, don't panic. The masterclass will be running that whole week. So if you're slightly late to the party, do not panic. Message me, let me know, and I'll let you in. It's completely free to be part of this masterclass. I haven't ran one for a few months now, so I'm really excited to be running this one live. The energy is going to be fucking fire because that's what I love and that's what I do best. And I'm going to light a fire up your ass. Literally, I'm going to light a fire up your ass. We're going to get you locked in because it's this type of commitment that is going to move mountains, and it's this type of energetic decision and locking in to you, what's important to you, your goals, creating that success blueprint for you and being committed to following that. That is what changes everything. Rather than you going round and round in circles and not making the progress that you know deep down you are capable of creating. So if you want to be inside of All In Baby, like I said, it's completely free to be part of that masterclass. It's going to be live. It's live energy. It's going to be big. It's going to be bold. It's going to be expansive. You are going to feel a shift. Then reach out to me on DM, over on Facebook, over on Instagram. I am going to drop a link in my bio this coming week so you can register. So if you head to the link in my bio, I will drop the link in here as well. Go there, click All In Baby, get yourself registered, and I will send you everything on email as well once that's all sorted. So I hope you've had an amazing weekend. Wishing you an amazing week. Make sure you fucking sign up for this masterclass because it is going to be fire. That is all I'm going to say at this point before I jump off. And also, if you haven't subscribed to the podcast, make sure that you subscribe to the motherfucking podcast. That is all. Over and out. Have a good evening. I'll speak to you next week. Mwah.